I've got a lot to say about Mounjaro 7.5. Some of it's good, most of it's bad. Let's talk about it. Hey everybody, it's Allie. I'm on a fantabulous weight loss journey and hopefully you'll subscribe, come along for the ride, because I put out new videos every day. So I wanted to talk to you about Mounjaro 7.5. I just wanted to do a recap. This will be my last week on 7.5. I'm going to be titrating up to 10. And in my research before I started 7.5, there were really two groups of people. There were people who did well on it and it was a great dose for them. And then there were others who just kind of struggled through it and felt like they were injecting water. And I wanted to talk about that because I don't see it as a topic of conversation very often in the support groups. So I'm going to give you a little bit of my own personal experience. So 7.5 was not the dose for me. It started out really strong. I had increased nausea, which for those of you who are new, I have very minimal nausea. I handle it with over-the-counter medications. It's not any big deal. So I had increased nausea in the beginning. That wasn't exactly fun, but I could certainly deal with it, right? And then in the second month of 7.5 is when I started to notice that I was really struggling to lose weight. And again, for those of you who are new, I track all of my calories, I track my macros, I'm getting in movement every day, and I'm very consistent in what I eat. Now, I do want to provide you with some context because transparency is my jam. So there was 1 week in there that my dad came to visit. I was on vacation. If you haven't seen those vacation videos, go check them out. They're pretty entertaining. So I don't count that week because I was completely off of my normal routine. Although I will say I did lose half a pound that week. So it's like I count it, but I don't. Aside from that, while on 7.5, reached the 200-pound mark. And for those of you who have not reached this point yet, this is the point in which your body goes, wee-oo, wee-oo, wee-oo. Sound the alarms. We do not want to lose any more weight. And I don't know why that is. I don't know what it is about getting close to a 200-pound mark number that makes your body want to wig out, but it does. So, there were many weeks where I was just kind of playing with the same pound, back and forth. And it was challenging. So I don't want to completely and wholly blame 7.5. But at the same time, I just feel like 2.5 and 5 did a much better job. They were more consistent, I'll say that. With 7.5, I felt like I never knew what I was going to get, right? It was like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. And it was, like I would have suppression for the first few days after taking the shot. And then shortly thereafter, I would be ravenously hungry. And then I would be hungry for a couple days. And then the suppression would come back. I'm like, body, what are you doing? Do we need to talk about it? Because you're stressing me out. Like, what's happening? With 5 specifically, it was very even-keeled, very consistent absorption, right, of the medication. And it was consistent throughout the week. So it would consistently wear off as the week went on. And by the time shot day came back around, right, I was hungry again. But for 7.5, it was like, like, what is going on? Suppression, not suppression, suppression, not suppression. Like, 7.5, are you having problems understanding what your role is in this relationship? Because that's the way I felt. I felt like I was relying on you to get me through. I felt like I had expectations that this was going to be an improved 5. It was not. It was like a hot freaking mess. And now I completely understand why so many people have complained about 7.5, or so many people have opted to just titrate up after 4 weeks. I hung in as long as I could, which was 3 months. I'm not really completing the 3-month mark, and I'm already moving up to 10. My hope is, and my research is saying to me, that 10 has the potential to be better. So fingers crossed, it will be better. I do want to throw out that my lab work has continued to improve as I've lost weight. So that's been really good. I'll go into the specifics of all that in another video because that's going to be a little bit time consuming to show you kind of the before and after. So my A1C did come down. So, I mean, 7.5 was doing some of the work, but it was kind of like a lazy spouse. Like, it was like, man, I'm going to do some of the work some of the time. You will love me anyway, right? Like, that's kind of how I felt. And so I didn't love it. I don't hate it. It was not the best dose for me, so I'm hopeful that moving up to 10, I'll see some better results. Let me know in the comments down below what your favorite dose has been on any medication that you may be taking, and tell me why. Is it the consistency? Is it that you lost a lot of weight on that dose? Did you feel like you had more energy at that level? Whatever the case may be, tell me in the comments down below. I find it very interesting what people say worked best for them. If you've been on 7.5 and you're now already on 10 or moved up from there, let me know how you feel about 7.5. Was it good for you, or did it just kind of suck? If you're looking for a positive-only support group, I've got you covered. Link is in the description box below. And as always, be kind. Rewind.